We'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Brian.
Mr. Merriman?
Here.
Mr. Mattern?
Here.
Dr. Scarpone, absent. Fiscal Officer, Ms. Morrison, absent. Solicitor, Mr. Lynn?
Present.
Mayor Mike Petrella?
Present.
Administrator, Mr. Kasegi?
Present.
Mr. DeStefano?
Here.
Mr. Spence, here. Mrs. Dameron?
Present.
Will everyone please stand for a moment of silence in the pledge? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, with the fiscal officer out, I need a motion to appoint Randy Spence as administrator and/or clerk for this meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence, yay. Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
All right. Council, did everyone get a chance to read the minutes? We would need a motion to approve the minutes from the council meeting of January 18th, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence, yay. Mrs. Dameron?
Abstain.
All right. Is there anyone wishing to appear before council this evening? Go ahead, sir. Just come up, state your name for us, please.
Brian Moffitt. I'm not a resident of the village. I'm over in Cross Creek, but I drive through here multiple times a day, taking my kid to school, picking her up. My question is there anything that the village could do traffic-wise with the new car wash by Duncan? Specifically, people turning left out of there, going up the hill. I mean, they're doing great business. God bless them. They're making money hand over fist. But sometimes when people are up on the road 3 and 4 deep waiting to get in and somebody's wanting to shoot up the hill, I have a hard time believing they have a good vantage point. And as somebody who drives past there constantly, the last thing I need is somebody T-boning me when I'm coming home with my kid. So I was just wondering, is it possible to put some signage up that would be like left, right turn only, or no left turn?
We actually had this discussion today with
I figured I wasn't the
Chief
first person
Vanderborn.
that ever mentioned this.
No, I know council president and myself have gotten a lot of calls in the past week or so on this
I just
matter.
didn't. I thought of Dairy Queen in Steubenville. You can't turn left out of there. You got to turn right back onto Sunset. Now people still do, but you're not supposed to. So I didn't know if it was possible to throw some signs up and redirect that traffic just to avoid a potential.
Chief, do you have anything on this matter? Chief Vanderborn?
I am waiting to hear back from the state. There's laws out there that are going to put a traffic signal in. To put a traffic signal in, you got to do a study. And that study is going to reach so many criteria before you can or cannot put that signal in. Now, is a sign considered a signal? I got an opinion in the state to find out if the village is just allowed to put a no left turn up there, or does that have to also go through the study? So as soon as I find out, we'll move forward with it.
All right.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
That was easy.
Hey, I got a question for you, Chief. We were talking about this earlier today. Now, can we call the business and have them put a sign on their property saying no left turn?
We can request that.
Yeah, just, that's what I mean.
We can't make them put it up, but we can request that. Unfortunately, it's very, very busy. There's not enough staging going down in, so they're backing up onto Caddis Road. You go to a concert up at Starling, they're back miles up on the highway because they're trying to get into that venue. It's a very difficult thing, so let's find out from the state whether or not we're just allowed to put up a sign, if it's got to be enacted through an ordinance. But So I get word, we're waiting.
Yep.
Thank you.
Just to follow up, I've gone down that way a couple of times, and it does get backed up. It is a concern. Thanks, Mr. Muffet, for bringing it up. We have the same situation over on Sabina, over on 43, where you can't take a left-hand turn coming out of there, right? So I'm sure Lou would reference that in the, or at least have the ability to refer to that when he petitions whoever on the questioning of that. But we already have one in the village. Why not two? I think that's a required one over there, necessary one. So good steps.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief, and thank you, Mr. Moffett. Anyone else wishing to appear before council? All right, I will turn it over to Council President Randy Spence for council reorganization.
In your packet, you'll see the 2024 Wintersville Council Committee members. If anybody has any issues with that or would like to experience a different committee, let me know.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Now our ordinances and resolutions, I will turn it over to our solicitor, Jake Lynn. Go ahead, Jake.
The first ordinance is ordinance number 2024-01, an ordinance providing for an advance from the Capital Projects Muni Tax Fund, $4,901, to the General Fund, $1,000, and Policy Levy Fund, $2,902, for the Village of Wintersville for the calendar year 2024 and declaring an emergency.
I make a motion to suspend the rules for ordinance 2024-01.
Second.
Mr. Merriman.
Yay.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence. Yay. Mrs. Damerman.
Yay.
Hey. Can I get a motion to accept ordinance 2024-01?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Mr. Merriman.
Yay.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence. Yay. Mrs. Damerman.
Yay.
On to resolution number 2024-02, a resolution providing for transfer and establishing estimated revenue for the Village of Wintersville for the calendar year 2024 and declaring an emergency.
Can I get a motion to suspend the rules for 2024-02?
So moved.
Second. Mr. Merriman.
Yay.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence. Yay. Mrs. Damerman.
Yay.
I make a motion to accept Resolution 2024-02.
So moved.
I made a motion, you second it.
Second.
Mr. Merriman.
Yay.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence. Yay. Ms. Damerman.
Yay.
Third will be ordinance number 2024-03, an ordinance providing for amending and revising the appropriations of expenditures for the Village of Wintersville for the calendar year 2024 and declaring an emergency.
I make a motion to suspend the rules for 2024-03.
Second.
Mr. Merriman.
Yay.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence. Yay. Mrs. Damerman.
Yay.
I make a motion to accept 2024-03.
So moved.
Any questions? Mr. Merriman.
Yay.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence. Yay. Mrs. Damerman.
Yay.
The third is ordinance number 2024-04. On the official copy, we're going to add declaring an emergency to the title. So I'll read it as if it's there. An ordinance providing for a retroactive pay increase for an employee in the Village of Wintersville and declaring an emergency.
I make a motion to suspend the rules for 2024-04.
Second.
Mr. Merriman.
Yay.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence, yay. Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
Can I get a motion to accept ordinance 2024-04?
So moved.
I'm sorry, resolution.
So moved.
Second.
It's an ordinance.
Wait, is it an ordinance?
Yeah, it is.
I'm sorry, okay. Any questions? Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence, yay. Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
Just as in '04, the same we've done for '05, we're going to add declaring an emergency to the official copy that is signed. So ordinance number 2024-05, an ordinance providing for a pay reduction for an employee in the village of Wintersville and declaring an emergency.
I make a motion to suspend the rules for ordinance 2024-05.
Second.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence, yay. Ms. Dameron?
Yay.
Can I get a motion to accept ordinance 2024-05?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions?
The name is spelled wrong.
I'm sorry?
The name is spelled wrong. First name is spelled wrong in both places.
Change that.
Okay.
Typo.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence, yay. Ms. Dameron?
Yay.
The next is ordinance number 2024-06, an ordinance amending village ordinance number 2023-63 to remove authorization to auction a certain dump truck vehicle and declaring an emergency.
Can I get a motion to suspend the rules for ordinance 2024-06?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence, yay. Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
I make a motion to accept ordinance 2024-06.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions on that one? Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence, yay. Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
Finally, ordinance number 2024-07, an ordinance authorizing the village administrator to dispose of personal property of the village of Wintersville, Ohio, to wit, a dump truck, and declaring an emergency.
I make a motion to suspend the rules for ordinance 2024-07.
Second.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence, yay. Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
Can I get a motion to accept ordinance 2024-07?
So moved.
Second.
Now, is this ordinance for the year for the, like, spring cleanup and stuff like that? Is that what it's for? Because you stated.
Number 7?
To dispose personal property of the village of Wintersville.
So that is, from what I understand, is a ordinance to auction off a dump truck.
That's the old
No,
dump
that-
truck.
oh, okay.
that's
Yeah,
Sitting at the street garage.
The amendment to the, originally in ordinance number 2023 dash, whatever that is, 63.
63.
We authorized the sale of a dump truck and a trailer. That dump truck, it turned out we did not want to sell that, so we amended that to remove that dump truck, but in turn, there was another dump truck that they do want to auction. So that second ordinance is for that second dump truck to be auctioned off.
Gotcha.
The
Thank
dump, the dump truck we are keeping is the old red dump truck that the water department has.
Yes.
I'm gonna put a little bit of money into it. Teddy's gonna be able to use it at the
That's the one that we found out
treatment plant.
that had low miles.
It's got 16,000 miles.
Okay.
We're going to keep it. We had
Keep
to-
it,
we had-
and then the international
brakes.
one, which is 2024-07, that is the one that's been sitting there that needs to be auctioned off at the street garage.
Right, those will be auctioned off, as is the truck, the trailer, those will be gone. And then, like I said, the red truck, like I said, put some money into it, you can have it, we'll have the new international medium duty coming. So that's a win for us.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Merriman?
Yeah.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Dearman?
Okay.
All right. That's all for the ordinances. There are no announcements, so we will move on to reports and communications. First up, we will give the magistrate report for January 2024. The total revenue was $11,280 for city revenue. The state revenue was $2,774.50. Other revenue was $106.50. The total revenue for the month of January 2024 was $14,161. Next is the police report for January 2024. We had 150 complaints, 101 traffic arrests, 1 criminal arrest, 8 accidents, 14 cases, 17 alarm calls, 13 juvenile cases, 1 nuisance enforcement, 197 incoming calls, 6 parking violations, 0 impounds, 3 K-9 requests, and 12 auxiliary hours. Next, for code enforcement for the month of January 2024, we had 12 licenses for a total of $900 and 5 permits for a total of $275, making the grand total $1,175 for the month of January. Also, you will start to see we have a new report for code enforcement, just like we get with nuisance. We'll be keeping these up to date. Tammy will be keeping these up to date in everyone's packet when calls come in with locations and problems until we get them resolved. All right. I do not believe Mr. Lockhart is here tonight. Charlene, do you have anything tonight? All right, come on up.
Good evening, council board, everyone. For SVRTA, right now, they're working on getting electronic fare boxes for the buses. They're working on that right now. Also, bus passes are selling great, 65% online. And also, no disruption in services right now. Just a short report. And once again, Mayor, congratulations.
Well, thank you very much.
Hey, thank you.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Charlene.
Thanks, Shirley.
All right, moving on to the mayor's report. First, just want to thank all of council, Jesse, everyone in the village for helping out while I've somewhat been off with my wife and our newborn the past few weeks. Very much appreciated. And Council President Randy Spence, I know you're upset you're not sitting here tonight. I can tell. But thank you for running the meeting that I missed last time. So thank you all very much. Just want to wish the Indian Creek girls basketball team good luck Saturday. They're going to the OVAC finals, so we hope they can bring home a trophy there. Want to thank Halo Salon. They had a grand opening of their new location. They invested a lot of money here in the village. They wanted to stay within Wintersville. Their new salon is over 7,000 square feet. There's 19 hair stations and a total of 29 employees, so we appreciate them staying here in the village limits. We also want to thank Joel John. He has decided to donate all the Christmas decorations that were out front of the village building to the village, so we appreciate that. Next, we want to welcome Jefferson County Court Number 2, Judge Mike Bednar and his staff. They have finally moved into the old Oliver Pool building. I believe Monday will be their first court day in their new building, so technically that's a new business for us since the employees will be starting to pay Rita, so we welcome them and happy they're here. Council, I put in your packets, I did send off a letter to the state auditors after our audit was done, requesting that we go to a biannual audit versus yearly to help save a lot of the tax money. I think we were pushing out at least $20,000 a year.
Yes.
And now that we've resolved a lot of the issues, hopefully that number will go down and save us some money. And we've also requested a new audit manager there. So I'd give you all a copy of the letter that I did send to the state auditor's office. Next up, for our yearly Jefferson County Regional Planning Commission, this year we're going to appoint Randy Spence as the primary representative and Carmen DeStefano as the alternate. Thank you both for last year, and you guys will continue that this year. Thank you for going. Also want to thank Dr. Scarpone. She's been our representative for the District Advisory Council for the Jefferson County General Health District. She stepped in a couple times when I could not be there the past month, so I want to thank her very much. D&L Construction is going to start Monday, February 5th, if all their parts come in on the catch basin on Main Street by Lightning Lizard. Yes, everyone be aware, we will have some traffic. We'll be down to one lane in that small section while they try to get that catch basin raised up. Council, I will be getting everyone some calculations printed out. I've been doing a rough draft basing off our average tons of trash per year and what we're paying to have the trash hauled. Unfortunately, it looks like we're probably going to have to raise the cost of garbage here a little bit. Again, I will get all those calculations done for you and have it at the next meeting or a finance meeting for everyone. But that is all I have, so we will turn it over to the administrator for his report.
Thank you, Mayor. All right, first thing, we closed the 2023 JB Green Team grant. I sent that in on the 31st. The 2024 is open, so I'm going to fill that out, which will probably do the trash receptacles that kind of match the benches, about 8 of those. And then after that, maybe 2025, we'll do something different, maybe for the dog park, so we can utilize that. Also, real quick, and I forgot to last time, thank you to Jason Mattern. He dropped off a gift card to Holly on a cold day as a gratitude for putting up the lights and everything, and she was very, very humbled by that. So thank you very much. Water meter project. All right, we were down to 454 meters left to install out of 1,800. So we come up with an idea that we're going to send out different cards, postcards tomorrow with different colors with a reminder on it, because some people have direct pay, some people don't pay attention to it. So when you get in the mail, if you look at a white card, you're not going to read it. But if you see this beautiful fluorescent thing, you're going to be like, ooh, maybe I want some money. But actually, it's not. It's a reminder. So we're going to send this out monthly. So each month, I can get a list actually every day from Newman Plumbing on who's left. So a lot of those are businesses. And a lot of those are, the meters were not put into bid because they allocated 1 inch, 5/8, and 3/4 inch meters. They didn't do anything for 2 inch, 3 inch. We have a 3 inch here. The fire department has something separate. The sewer department has something different. There's different businesses that have different sizes. Some have 4 inch meters. That was never put into the bid, so that's something that we have to buy, we have to order, which takes time. George has been going around on Fridays when he's not doing installs and getting meter sizes, gives them to me, and I send them up to Core and Main for ordering. So when these go out tomorrow, hopefully the next council meeting, they'll drop way down. And again, I will send out a reminder again next month. This will say reminder number 1, then I'll have reminder number 2. As we get closer to the end, we got to get these put in. So, and if you guys are working, we can adjust it. We can work around your schedule, by all means. So that's pretty much on the water meter project as of right now. The fuel tank project. So the one company that was going to finish putting the fuel tank in, I haven't heard from them. So I got a company out of St. Clairsville, Fuel Tech. He came up and looked at it. I had to talk to the fire marshal. I need to add some fence and some pylons. Not a big issue. We get that done, move on. I filed my permits. I had to file a permit for the new diesel tank, the new fuel tank, and then I had to file a permit for removal of the old tank. Riley's is going to remove it for us, no problem. So that'll be taken care of. So hopefully get this done soon. All right, the USDA loan. As I said at the last meeting, we had $57,000 that was allocated we have not spent. When I took over the grant, the project, it was $7,000. So we were going back and forth. So what I did is I had to do an adjustment on equipment for the salt spreader for the plow truck. It was a chain. They wanted an auger. An auger lasts longer. Put that in. It's a $500 difference. I put in for the police department for a new police car, just for the car, not the installation. That was $50,000, I think, or $49,000. I also put in for an aero board. We need a new aero board because we use it a lot, and the one that we have, it's on its last leg. So when this is all said and done, street department's going to have an aero board, police department's going to have a cruiser, water department's going to have a medium-duty international, and the street department is going to have a plow truck or a CDL truck. So that's a good thing. So I'm waiting for the answer. I had to send a 3-page letter to the USDA in Washington, D.C. on why I wanted to do this and what happened. So I'll know something within the next few days. So that's a good thing. All this money's allocated anyways. It's earmarked. And if we would give money back to the government, that's a bad thing because they'll ding us. They won't consider us for funding because we need that money. The new village website, Captain Fabian's still working on it. He's about done. He just wants to go over a couple things. The new Facebook page, still working on it, getting some more information. This is going to be no comments, absolutely no comments. Nobody's going to comment on it. It's going to be informational. Hey, this is what's going on. This is what's happening in Wintersville. It's the best way to do it because we're not, you know how Facebook goes. We're just not going to do that. It's going to be a good thing. One more thing before I go. All right, so the dog park bid, we have to make a decision tonight because we had 60 days to decide what we wanted to do. I talked with Solicitor Jake, Lynn, myself, and Matt from Quicksall. Come to find out that what the letter stated was it was Border Patrol that made the mistake, not Quicksall. There was 11 people in this bidding. It was one of the biggest bids that Quicksall's ever done. Everybody, the final bids were the final bids. That's the way it is. And later on that day or the next day, it came back that there was a miscalculation on Border Patrol's issue. Well, the bid is the bid, and that's the way I feel in it. The numbers are the numbers. That meeting was recorded. Everybody was there. Everybody read out what it was. There was a gentleman that was 2 minutes late. We didn't accept his bid. There was a gentleman that sent an email with the bid. We didn't accept his either. We went by the books. And I told Tammy, I says, when that door shuts at 9 o'clock or whatever we do the bid, that's it. If you're outside, you're done. I mean, it's fair. So what they bid that day is what it is. But it's up to you to decide what you want to do.
So we need a motion to pick the contractor out.
Yes, and the lowest bid as of right now, make sure I got it, Sweet Meadow Farms at $168,249.65. It came in at the lowest out of everybody, out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people, and 2 were not allowed.
So for us to make the decision, we have Sweet Meadow Farm, it came in at 168,249, so that would be number 1. Double B Excavating at 183,808 came in at number 2. And Fort Steuben Maintenance at 190,280,000 at number 3.
Correct.
Jesse, have you worked with any of these guys before previously?
Sweet Meadow Farms, I have not. James White and Fort Steuben Maintenance does our water breaks. They help out. Border Patrol, yes. Ohio West Virginia Excavating, I've worked with them before in another place. But, and what would happen is we'll, if we do a motion, then I'll talk to Quicksall, and then we'll go from there. Everybody is insured and bonded and everything, so.
I have a question. So if they wouldn't have made a clerical error, they would have been it then? Border Patrol, correct?
No.
No?
No,
Not necessarily.
no, they were $222,909.
I thought after they made a mistake, they were lower than everybody.
Oh, 161.
After they also saw everyone else's bids.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you.
And Jesse had it outlined nice last meeting in there. You could see exactly what error they made. I believe it was on some sort of path.
Yeah.
They put $68,000. And if you look at all the other bids, no one's near that. They really meant to put $6,800. But they
times that.
signed an affidavit at the end saying this bid is accurate, so this is what we have to go with. That's what their bid is.
Correct.
The higher amount. That's what you have to go with, is the higher amount,
Yeah.
not with the error. Well, I think that's, that makes our decision easy regarding them. And I have no, we always go with the lowest and the best. I have no familiarity with any of the other guys, but I have faith in whatever Jesse wants to work with. Who was the other guy? The second one?
Double B Excavating,
Yeah, they're out of
Tippecanoe.
Tippecanoe, yeah, in Harrison
Listen, I
County.
don't have a problem putting forth a motion to have those if Jesse's worked with them or just aware of them. You feel confident with them moving forward? It's a pretty big project.
Yeah, I do, and with Quicksall, Quicksall when, what was the paving company that came in? Barbicas. Never heard of them. They came in and they were the nicest bunch of guys in the world and did absolutely awesome work. And I trusted Quicksall on it, and it was good. So I trust anybody pretty much on from the people that I do know.
Now, did Matt from Quicksell work with the lowest bid company, Sweet?
Yes, he has worked with them, yes. It's a small little company,
Okay.
but
All right, well, I'll put forth the motion to go ahead and accept their bid and move forward.
For which one?
Sweet Meadow Farms?
Sweet Meadow Farm?
Meadow
Yeah.
Farm.
Okay.
Second.
Any questions? Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
Is that the end of your report? Or?
yeah, I'm sorry. Yep, that was the end of the report. That's all I have.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Jesse.
You're welcome, boss.
Moving on to unfinished business.
I want to make a comment about the water meters. This is in bringing transparency to the village from council. I spoke with Teddy and George. Since this project has started, there have been 10 locations in the village to where the water meter was pulled and a straight pipe was put in. This was all done on December of 2022, all except for one. So from what I gather, these homes were given an average. We don't know how much they've used because We went from December of '22 to January 1st of 2024. But all the meters, except for 2 of them, new meters have been installed. And we have, I believe, the other 2 meters are being ordered. So just wanted to let everybody know about that. Don't know why it happened, what was going on, or the message on the work order for each one of these was, it stated, pulled the meter due to leaking, installed straight pipe. So don't know why, and like I said, this all happened in the month of December in 2022, but those have all been taken care of.
Do you have the addresses?
Yes.
Yeah. So a lot of it was post-COVID where you couldn't get meters. There was just, when I came here about almost a year ago, I asked, somebody was asking for a meter, and I asked George, do we have any spare meters? He says, I have one. 1 meter is all I have. Well, now we have a lot, which we're hopefully going to sell anyways, but that's kind of what was going on. Now, it was difficult to get meters, and now, you have 1 inch and 3 inch and all that. That was difficult as well. So now, with the water meter project, those are hopefully coming in faster. Where we're at. A lot of them you couldn't get, and a lot of them I don't know why. I just don't.
And keep in mind, you stated there were 454 locations left to do.
Correct.
So there may be more that we don't know of, or this may be all of them.
There very well may be. And George is going around as he's installing, he's doing the lead line testing and all that stuff, and he marks if there's a meter there or not.
Okay.
So,
Jesse, did you come across any where 1 meter was feeding 2 residences or 2 of those? Did you run into any of those?
Okay, so.
Or do you want to,
all right,
pass this off until next?
You brought up a good point, and I'm going to explain that. Yes and no. You have a duplex that has a meter on the other side of the house that the person lives, but you can't get access to it because that person has 2 meters. There was an apartment area that had a meter issue where it was in the other apartment's residence. So there's another issue going on where you're going to have we're not carpenters, okay? You have people that have meters built inside their walls. You have to cut that out. The plumber needs access to it. We don't do that, and some of them are upset. Like, we're not going to come in with a sawzall and cut your wood out. You need to do that. Number 2, it's a good idea to have it open or move it. If it's 3 o'clock in the morning and that meter blows, you got to kick the wall in regardless. So people just don't understand why. Well, isn't the village responsible? No, we're not carpenters. We don't do that. You have to cut it out so we can get to it. It's a simple thing. You cut it, make a little insert for it, and you're done. That way, we need access to it. And you brought up a good point because there are meters in other people's apartments and duplexes, and it's just up in walls, behind doors, behind a cubby hole, and they've been there for 30 years. So we got to have access to it because technically the village owns those meters. So that's a thing that we're getting at. People are just getting upset because we're not cutting through that and stuff. We're not going to do that.
And keep in mind, these meters, they weren't done by the resident. They were done by Wintersville.
So we got to talk to a couple of residents that need to get access to it. And, one gentleman was like, I'll work with you. And I'm like, okay, no problem. I said, we can get this done. It takes him 5 minutes to change that meter. I was down there watching him. 5 minutes to change it. He's gone. He goes outside, puts the transponder on in another 5 minutes. He's gone in 10 minutes. So it's a quick fix.
All right. Anything else for unfinished business? All right. Moving on to new business.
I got one. So there was a resident that approached me in Beechwood, said that they're not emptying this garbage can like 4 or 5 times. That there's still a bag in the bottom, and they just won't take it.
get me that address and we will get that handled.
It's 263 Beechwood.
Got it.
And then also, I was driving around the parks, and I see maybe this year we could, where the parks and cul-de-sacs are, maybe stump grind and maybe put like new trees in. Clean up the area.
We
It looks
definitely
bad
need
when you
some
have like
stump
stumps
grinding.
everywhere.
Yeah.
I can add to that.
Yeah.
What is the tree service in Bel Air? LaRoche?
LaRoche.
LaRoche. Talked to the gentleman this past year. We got to do cut some trees down. We have an easement. And he explained everything that he has. It's a gigantic business in Bel Air. I mean, they're a little bit expensive, but the main thing, if we have multiple things to do in the village, get them in here, get them, it's just like calling Robinson to, vac out, sewer line. They got to bring the equipment, but once they're here, let's get it done. You don't bring them up here to cut one tree.
Yep.
These guys will cut trees, move trees. The stuff that they have is insane. So I talked to the gentleman, all he does is bids all day long, quotes all day long. And if we got some stuff we need to do, we'll put it together. It's a good idea. And we'll do a bunch of stuff.
Like over on Meadow, there's the one with Walnut, all of them. Because, with the weather, there's a lot of them being taken down.
Right.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Jason.
Two things. I just want to thank Jesse on two different things. I see on this new code enforcement nuisance calls, there was an issue that I brought up before the last meeting. Looks like we got on that pretty quick, so thanks. And the other one was a chunk of the road came up on Meadow, it just disintegrated, whatever. It was a big 14 by 14 chunk. I picked it up and threw it next to a sign. Didn't want anybody to hit it with their car. There's not really a hole there, but the big chunk came up, and I threw it along a sign over there, and Jesse had his boys going over and pick it on up before it got mowed over or used in some kind of vandalism. So thanks for both those issues.
You're welcome.
Anybody else for new business? All right. I believe we handled all the transfers already. We would need a motion to pay the bills.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
We would need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
Our next meeting will be Thursday, February 15th, 2024 at 7 p.m. This meeting is adjourned.